As a female, if you're at least 40 years old and you're not married, you're washed up.
Guys, I don't know what's happening right now, but men our age are literally evolving backwards.
I think it's time for us to accept we need men.
A lot of these women think that the problem with dating can be fixed overnight. Get ready to watch how these women get slapped with the brutal reality that men are actually fucking done with the game.
As a female, if you're at least 40 years old and you're not married, you're washed up. Tune in. There's a reason that man ain't put a ring on your finger. There's a reason you're not married yet. There's a reason not one man has decided to settle down with you. There's a reason. See, the problem is y'all want to be outside, y'all want to be single until it's too late. And then the women that do get married around 20 something, 30, they want a divorce later on when they're in their 40s, potentially 50s, because they feel like they rushed into the marriage. They feel like they came into the marriage too early and now they want to be outside again. Tia Mari. Nobody is going to marry a 40-year-old woman unless you look like Megan Good, honestly. And 90% of the women in this world do not look like Megan Good. There's like a 10% of women that do look like that, and those women are usually cuffed up or they're getting tricked on and basically getting their bills paid. But the other 90% of the women out here are living regular lives and they feel entitled and they feel like a man is going to come knocking on their door with this big engagement proposal. It's not like that. Get out of this delusion.
Okay, one thing that I want to stick in your brain is if you are with a man and he is not bringing you peace, okay? Consistently not bringing you peace. You're worried about him with other women. You're worried about what he's doing behind your back. You're walking on eggshells because he is always moody. He freaks out at you. He's mean to you. He calls you names. Like, there's a million reasons that a man cannot bring you peace. I am telling you right now, if you are engaged to him and you are sitting there and you're like, what should I do? The answer is right in front of you. A man who does not bring you peace when you're his girlfriend is not going to bring you peace when you're his wife. He's going to actually make you more miserable because he is going to feel more secure that you're with him. And all of what he's doing is going to escalate. Being single is better than being married to a loser. Period.
Hey y'all, hey, and yes, I'm still independent. But let me tell y'all something. I went to the grocery store. Y'all, I got cases of juice, cases of soda, cases of water sitting in my car right now. I'm trying to figure out who's going to bring it inside. So if you're going through, you're going through it with your spouse right now, and you see this video, don't break up. Listen, before you break up, consider this. I'm over here paying all the bills by myself. I gotta pay for the stuff and bring it in. Breaking my back. I have to pull the trash down and pull it back up. Okay? I have to rub my own feet. Get my own ginger ale when my stomach hurts. Go back to the store. You know how you forget one item and you send your man? Yeah, you gotta go back to the store. So take all of this stuff into consideration before you I'm leaving. Girl, you better go make him sleep downstairs, sis. Take it from me.
Guys, I don't know what's happening right now, but men our age are literally evolving backwards. A new study came out and they found out that 31%, that's almost 1 in 3 of Gen Z men believe that a woman should always obey her husband. 1/3 of Gen Z men, that's like 1 in 3, believe that a husband should always have final word on important decisions. What the fuck? He said that Gen Z men born between 1997 and 2012 were twice as likely as baby boom men, so men born between 1946 and 1964, to have traditional views on decision making within a marriage. That's compared to 13% of baby boomer men. Guys, look at the graph. That is baby boomers. That's Gen X. That's millennials. That's Gen Z men. Why is the graph going up? Why are men our age less progressive than our grandfathers? 24% of Gen Z men, almost a quarter, compared to 12% of baby boomer men, agree that a woman should not appear too independent or self-sufficient. 21% of Gen Z men think a real woman should never initiate intimacy. That's compared to 7% of baby boomers. 59% of Gen Z men say that men are expected to do too much to support equality. I can't believe this. 30% of Gen Z men who responded to the survey believe men should not say I love you to their friends. That's compared to 20% of their grandfathers. 43% of Gen Z men agree that young men should try to appear physically tough, even if they're not naturally big. 21% of Gen Z men believe that men who take part in caregiving for children are less masculine. That's compared to 8% of baby boomer men. We're cooked. We are so cooked.
I was in the smoking area last night and my friend goes to me, I feel like creepy because I like the look of someone. Like, he didn't even try to talk to her. He just felt like a creep for even wanting to. And I think this big age of like anti-men, but not all men, and this like, it's embarrassing to have a boyfriend vogue. The men can see it, you know. Like, as someone that sometimes dates men, I do not want it to get to a point where men are afraid, the good ones, my friend's a good one, men are afraid to even speak to you. Like, can't we just make an agreement as femmes, as women? Like, sometimes men will talk to us, because what else do we expect? Like, because if you stop all of them, like, stopping the bad ones, true, yeah, great, good, but you're also stopping the good ones, and then where do we go? Do we have to talk to them? Because I'm not doing that. I'm not chasing a man. I like, come to me, I'll make the decision. Like, you can just brush off the like slightly uncomfortable ones, and obviously there's like levels to it, but like now I'm hearing people are even scared to even breathe in her direction. And I know there's some ladies in the back going like, yes, as he should be, but like, come on, like, what do we expect? What like, we need to find some middle ground here, because it's getting impossible out here. And like, where do we go from here? What do we expect them to do? Hello, can we have a meeting, please? Like,
you know, something that I notice is I'll see a lot of women when they talk about dating and stuff, when they talk about meeting a man in the wild, right? They'll be like, I just, men just don't approach me. I don't know why. And like, I have such a hard time meeting people that every time I go out and I want to meet someone in the wild, no one approaches me. And then it's like, I'm sure there's many reasons why each individual person won't approach you. But have you ever thought that maybe all the women online saying, leave women alone, we don't want to talk to you, stop approaching us and trying to get our numbers, leave us alone? Don't you think that maybe there's gonna be men that are gonna hear that and be like, oh, okay. And then when they go out, even if they want to approach a woman that is seeking for someone to approach them, they're like, nah, it's just better if I just don't even bother, because then I don't want her to get all upset or even go and make a TikTok about it. Like, I'm just gonna not approach her because girls been screaming how they want to be left alone and don't want to get approached. But then I see women that are like, men never approach me. And again, I'm not saying that's necessarily the case for everyone. Like, I'm sure there's men that just, they're not interested. They're in a relationship and they're loyal, or they are intimidated. But I can't help but feel there is a huge demographic that learn that women say they want to be left alone, so they leave them alone. Because when they see women preaching that, they're like, oh, let me leave her alone because she might be like one of those girls that say to leave them alone, so I'm just gonna leave them alone. You feel me? It's just an observation I'm making.
As women, we need to remember that if you're with a man that has wandering eyes, maybe he checks out other girls, he flirts with other girls, he messages girls on Instagram, that quite literally has nothing to do with who you are as a woman and everything to do with who he is as an individual and his character. He actually just hates himself. He's actually just really insecure and feels the need to get external validation from elsewhere because he hates himself and he's an insecure little loser. I think it's really easy as a woman to think that when a man is behaving that way, it's got to do with us because we're not good enough, we're not pretty enough, we're not worthy enough. No, babe, he actually just hates himself. Unfortunately, every single man and woman that I have met that behaves in that way, they do not like themselves. So why would you let the behaviors of someone who doesn't even like themselves impact the way you feel about yourself? I'm waiting. If you catch your man looking at other women or messaging other girls, first of all, he ain't your man. Second of all, your worth is not determined by someone else's actions and behaviors. We determine that.
Humbling moment for me right now. I had some car trouble this morning, apparently. I'm on the side of the road. Instead of thinking about how much money this is gonna cost, instead of thinking about what repairs I need, what's going through my mind right now is the fact that I don't have no man to call in a time like this. I don't have no man that can sit here on the phone and wait while I'm waiting for this tow truck. I don't have a man to come meet me so that I don't get snatched up by this tow truck driver. I don't have a man to call to sit on the phone with me while I'm getting the tow truck. I don't have a man to meet me at the mechanic. I think it's time for us to accept we need men. As much as we say we don't, we need men.
I'm not a man, but I feel like the worst position you can be in as a man is getting to the point where you have to pay the old man tax. And to me, I feel like the old man tax is once you get to 40, 50, you still single, but you still trying to kind of be outside, you know? You still trying to get the young girls. Yeah, you got to pay to play, bro. Because not only have you effed off your 20s and 30s, you're now in your 40s trying to talk to 20-year-old girls while you're out of shape, smelling like you got worms, and you think that girls are just going to be around because you're cool. And I'm not saying this that everybody needs to settle down and you need to be married, you need to get in relationships, da-da-da. But you just have to be prepared what comes with that. Outside is not, it's ruthless out here, okay? And just like women are expected to keep their looks up, men have to do the same, or you gotta pay.
Don't nobody want to say it, but I will. As a woman, if you already got kids and you're looking for a relationship, you have to be an exceptional type of woman. Period. See, if you want a man to love you and take care of kids that's not even his, you're going to have to stand out, sis. It's not impossible, but let's not act like there's a line of men waiting outside your door for that position. It's harder, and that's just reality. Let's just be honest. Most men are not signing up to take care of another man's kid. So if you want a good man, you're going to have to set yourself apart. You can't be regular. You're going to have to bring something different to the table. That means your kids got to be in order, respectful, disciplined. Because no man wants to walk into a situation where the kids are out of control, talking back, running wild, and he's just supposed to stick around for that. Nah, that's not going to happen. Now, there are some men who will still mess with you, but they won't care about your kids. They're just there to hit it and quit it. And you got to ask yourself, is that what you really want for you and for your kids? Or do you want stability? Yeah, it is harder when you got kids, but it ain't impossible. You just got to stand out. Get yourself together. Get your kids in line. And then the right man can come around and take you seriously. That's just what it is. Don't get mad at me.
Actually triggered because yesterday I went to Costco and I was wearing a tank top and literally like so many men were staring at my boobs. My mom even noticed and she was like, geez, sweetie, like maybe you should like wear not such a revealing top. Or men could just not be freaks. I just am I have boobs and I'm existing. I'm not wearing a top to, like, if I had no boobs, then it wouldn't have been a problem. Then the freaking weirdo on the walk today, then I tell my dad and he's like, well, like, maybe you should wear a t-shirt. It's such an impossible ask for a man to just not be a freak. Like, that would be just so insane to even say, like, oh, well, if only the men would change and not be freaks. No, you actually need to just wear more clothing because men are freaks. I hate a man. Let me wear a long sleeve top just so you're not, like, distracted by my boobs. They still actually would be. It literally doesn't matter.
Did you know that in the last decade, the amount of involuntarily celibate and single men has increased by 253%? There are many reasons for this trend. Lower testosterone levels, easier access to porn, and of course, OnlyFans models. But that's not the full story. The ugly truth is that the modern woman is making more money now and she's no longer interested in the average man. I know I'll get flack for saying this, and it's not good for women either, but it's the world that we live in. Women are out-learning and out-earning men at historically high levels, and it's created what some statisticians refer to as the death of the average male. As a man, knowing this, you can either settle for where you are if you're content, or raise what I call your mating value score if you're not. This is what I help my clients do, and it's how they go from 5s to 9s and increase the quality and quantity of women they date. If you're curious about your mating value score and how to raise it, read the caption.
I am 48 years old and I am broke. When I say broke, I mean $0 broke, no money. And I am burnt out to the core, and I'm done living like this. I have worked in group homes and nonprofits for over 25 years now. I've poured my heart into my job, gave it everything I got, but I'm burnt out. I don't have any more to give. Between rising costs, bills, broken appliances, I hit my breaking point. I knew I had to try something different. If you're at your breaking point, comment enough. See you later.
Guys, I'm so tired of waking up every single day and acting like a 9 to 5 is normal, acting like I'm okay with it. I am not. I've been working since I was 14 years old. 14. I'm 45 now. That's 31 years being in the workforce. 5 days a week, nonstop. I mean, look at my hair. You see how gray? You see all these grays? Like, I'm turning prematurely gray. Like, I'm so stressed out. People are just getting worse and worse by the minute. Everyone is so rude and so mean. I threw my back out yesterday and I had to take today off from work. Well, I went in at first. I was there for about 2 hours, and almost every single patient asked me to help them sit up. And I had to say, no, I can't. I throw my back out. I'm not a robot. And then they have the audacity to get upset with me. I'm like, your back hurts and you want me to help? My back hurts too. I'm sorry. I've been working myself to the bone. I'm always going above and beyond and doing too much. And I always help people, and I know I shouldn't. And I'm sacrificing myself. And I shouldn't. I don't want to do this anymore. Now, don't get me wrong. I am very grateful for my job. I have to be able to provide for my family. But at what cost? The amount of anxiety and stress I face on a daily basis is scary to me.
Y'all know what I find very strange? Being a woman and depending on your man to pay for every single thing while you have a job and you just keeping your money. Meanwhile, he's trying to build a future for himself too while you just keep your money and just work and do whatever and not pay for anything. I find that very, very fucking strange. Like, the man has to pay for every single thing that you do. You just keep your money, but then you expect him to build up the household by himself. Like I'm still trying to get in the wraps of that, like, that theory that y'all got going on. Like, I'm confused. It don't take two? It don't take two no more? Okay.
Okay, so I'm a firm believer in a woman shooting their shot. And I don't know why more women don't think that way, because they think that there needs to be this, like, dominance and pursuing nature of a man, so they have to reach out to you first. And yes, those things are, like, very important in a relationship. But when it comes to shooting your shot, I feel like men are just oblivious sometimes. Like, they may not think that you're feeling him, and they don't want to embarrass themselves. So I don't know why women are so against shooting their shot. I say go for it. sometimes the confidence of a woman is extremely attractive to a man. So I'm here for the women shooting their shot. I'll shoot my shot. It may go in, it may not. I've been rejected, been there, done that, but keep it pushing. God's holding the right man for you, but I don't see anything wrong with a woman shooting their shot.